Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Stark, and welcome to yet another episode of OBS Adventures. Today's map is Belshire Vestige, and looks like our first game is going to get quite underway, and let's see who gets the random draw. We've got PvP apparently between DS Slayer and the Poner. Alright. And DSS Slayer is the favoured one according to the OBS system, because it does do that. So let's see how this goes down. This should be a relatively good game, I hope. And you know what? I'm feeling risky today, so let's go with... Actually, let's bet on the underdog, just for fun. About 245, because, hey, why the hell not? I'm putting my faith in you, underdog. Alright, let's see. So, down in the bottom right hand side, we have DSS from Clan XCF. We have DSS Slayer as the red Protoss. And in this first game, we have the Poner up as the violet Protoss, I want to say. So let's see how this game sort of plays out. They've got their supplies going, they've got the pylons dropping, everything's sort of working out. And he's asking if anyone's played on the Korean server. Let's see if anybody answers. I actually haven't tried it there yet. I might eventually, when I actually become somewhat better than I am at the game right now. I'm currently just sort of mid-level platinum right now. But we'll see how it happens. I mean, I might go crazy, and decide to go on to a server that will completely obliterate me, if I'm feeling adventurous. Anyways, looks like we got a gateway coming down from the Poner, and he's sending out his little probe scout. And we've got, again, same gateway coming down from DSS Slayer. So, let's see what happens. The gas and gateway, so it looks like they're doing very, very similar builds. I would expect to see a cybercore coming down right as these gateways finish, and then probably getting warp gate, since we are not seeing a... It's kind of a weird place for a pylon, because it's not really going to detect anything unless you... Well, actually, it's not exactly weird. If you're going to try to hide something, it's a good place to do it. Unfortunately, against a Protoss player hiding stuff, against a Terran, because Terrans would scan like around this area, and this could be out of the way. But this little probe actually knows that this pylon's here, so he can be kind of fishy, like, oh, well, he's going to try to hide something from me. So maybe I can stick an observer there, and there's a cyber core coming down for both players, and they're also getting the gas. So once these cyber cores are done, I'm expecting to see a warp gate tech coming in. Let's just pull up the Blizzard UI. There it is. Let's just keep an eye on it and see who gets it first, and he get up at the same time. Look at that. Slight difference, but not too bad. Got the Stalker coming out. I'm quite curious to see what he tries to put here, because that's just kind of a weird, like, unless you're going to try to hide something, that's just kind of a weird pylon placement for me. But hey, that's just me. That's just me being speculative. So he's got his Nexus coming down with the Stalker coming out to hopefully do something, kind of ward off any probes, maybe scare this probe away. That's why his Stalker's coming out. He's got the Chrono Boost on the Cybercore, which is quite a good use of Chrono Boost, because he's using his energy, but he is supply capped for the time being, and this pylon will shortly fix that. There goes the probe, who's stuck around to get the information he sort of wanted. And we've got a Twilight Cancel coming down with 2 more gates, possibly going for a Blink Stalker or Zealot Leg 3-gate pressure build right now. Otherwise, I would be expecting to see the Nexus coming down, but that's not happening. So my inclination is that he's actually going for more of a aggressive posture here, unless he's got the money to build his Nexus. But let's see if he does, and it doesn't look like he's going to. Not yet anyways. Let's see, does he research Blink? No, he doesn't have the gas for it. So that would be helpful. And he's got what's coming down here. Another pylon, because he's almost supply capped. So we'll see what happens. If he is going to go for some sort of 3-gate push, it would have been nice for that scouting probe to, say, drop a pylon, probably around this area here. because then he could easily just walk up the ramp and start attacking this. Because right now, and there's the first lag out of this particular one, as I said in the previous video. Oh, no, he's coming back. He's back there. Nah, he just left. So it's pretty common occurrence in orbs games to have somebody leave or disconnect. Not sure why exactly. I guess the amount of people in the game, and with the fact that it does run this custom UI, it might be a little stressful on certain connections, but I'd have to delve deeper into that working. What's he got coming up here? He's got his forge coming down, finally, but we don't have a forge from DS Slayer yet. But he is getting his observer out, so he's going to be able to take a look and see what's going on as we just get the Nexus going right now. I believe in you, Mr. Pono, even though nobody else seems to. Well, I only believe in you a little bit. That's why I only bet so much little money. But hey, what's he going at? Yeah, picking up the Zelnaga Tower with a Stalker. Not too bad of ideas. Got them both, actually. But unfortunately, Stalkers can't... Well, Zelnaga Towers, they don't pick up observers. And he's got his observer coming along this way. And, oh, looks like the cannon is actually going to see it. Oh, no. The observer's just going to get away. Probably. Let's see. Maybe. No, this observer is probably going to die. Oh, it just got away, actually. Just got away. And he does have Blink on the way, but you do not. But they are dropping double Stargate. So we could see some... And he's going for +1 air weapons. Interesting choice. So we could see some Void Rays coming out for the air support. Now he's going to drop his Forge. Maybe do a +1 on the ground army, because he is starting to pump out these Stalkers, because he does have this base pretty much fully up and running, as well as this one here. So he's got quite the economy rolling right now. Much superior economy. He's got about a 20 supply lead as well. We do have a Warp Prism coming down, so we might see a bit of Warp Prism play. It's always fun to see Warp Prism play, especially if it's done properly, and that's actually what these two pylons could be used for. That's the other thing, because they will sort of see, okay, he can't get into my base without me seeing it at least. I'm used to playing Zerg, and normally I would stick my Overlord sort of, out here, kind of all the way around, so I can see that kind of thing coming in. But we do have this one little observer out here that is... it's a pylon, it's not a cannon. So, and he is going for his third base right now, at the 10-minute mark. Not too greedy for a Protoss at this point, especially since he does have these two both both saturated. He is going a little overboard. I mean, 24, it's the number that the game has for each of these mineral patches. The math behind it is, I think if you have 16 or 17 is the actual accurate number, but it's always good to be... Well, now he's just overboard, but he can always transfer some of these over here later, so it's kind of a moot point. I mean, he could be making more of an army at this point instead of making the probes, but if he decides to transfer the probes afterwards, looks like he is, which is a good idea. And now he's actually got a nice setup here, so it's going to work. This is kind of a weird place to drop your warp. Well, actually that makes sense. Warping his zealots. He is quite supply capped now, but he is getting his pylons up. He needs to drop more pylons, because he's got quite a bit of money. What did he just spend? A couple of probes, couple of things, and he queued something else up. He queued up his Nexus. That's what that big supply drop, that big income drop was. But he's still quite supply capped. He doesn't not quite have enough probes on the field right now. So this Warp Prism, let's see what he can do. It's got the Twilight Council coming down, and another Robotics Bay. So these Zealots, they're not going to do that much damage, but they're going to scout. See, he's got the Void Rays, because unlike Mr. Slayer here, Pono does not have any observers, which is problematic. Observers are incredibly useful units because they allow you to, well, scout your opponent for almost no cost. He's dropping 2 more forges, so he's really going to be trying to hit up the ground upgrades on this. Two forges is kind of is okay. 3 of them is kind of overkill, because you can start with the shields, which affects everything, and then go to ground armor afterwards. But hey, what if you have the money, if you have the guess to do it, why the hell not? I mean, it is a little bit of overkill. You could be using, but he's also got this huge supply lead right now, and other Protoss does not exactly have a fairly decent. I mean, he's got this magic 16 here and 17 here, so he's got the math down. But these cannons are sort of picking up. But his army is almost half the size. Almost exactly half the size, actually. I really wish I could pull up the active forces. No, it doesn't do it. Not on this. Not on this UI. It's oh well. It's fine. We just kind of have to estimate it. We can see that he's got a lot of Void Rays, got a lot of Stalkers, and we've got a couple of Stalkers and some Colossus. But the Colossus are not really going to do all that much, because there's only, what do we have here? 7 Stalkers, and about 9 Void Rays. So right now, his Stalkers are actually going to be a little bit more valuable to him than his Colossus are. But we do have DSS Slayer on 3. See, now this number is just silly. That's completely inefficient. And he's making more. Unless, well, is he going for another one? Yes, he is. He looks like he is going for a 4th. Actually, already has a 4th. So he's continuing to pump the probes out from all the bases, apparently. Hey, that's a great great skill to have. Is actually to remember to build probes. And he's actually going for a 5th. Jeez, you must think he's a Zerg at this point. 5 base Protoss. This is quite interesting, actually. I haven't had that much aggression in this game. I mean, both players. I mean, well, Mr. DSS Slay, he did take out this 3rd a few minutes ago, but Pono is kind of just happy sitting back in his base. He's now at almost exactly half the army supply. So I think I bet on the wrong horse in this particular race, but you never know. It could turn around. Unlikely as it may seem, but we'll see how that goes. Looks like he's finally ready to move out. He's got the 1-1 up, 1 weapon, 1 shield upgrade on his air units, 2-1-1 on the ground units. Does he have extended thermal lance? I don't know. Does he have extended thermal lance? And he does, yes. So these Colossus are ready to roll, and there's not really all that much that's going to get in their way. I mean, it's 3 Colossus to 3 Colossus, but he's got a bunch of Void Rays that are going to pick these Stalkers apart, basically. Oh, that could be a bad engagement, and let's see what happens. Fortunately for him, for Pono anyways, Void Rays are really, really great units, especially with the prismatic alignment, and especially against other Protoss, because most Protoss units are armored, and so it kind of just completely destroys it. So I lost some money on that one. Mr. Slayer wins, and looks like we're going to have a Zerg take him on. So we'll have a ZVP, and Prada, the green Zerg, is going to be taking on Mr. DSS Slayer in this second game on Belashir Vestige. So let's see how this one sort of turns out. After a slight... oh, no, he's sticking around. Excellent. So, no slight break. And what do we have here? Ooh, it looks like we have an equal matchup. So let's see how this goes. So, to the south end we have Mr. DSS Slayer, again as the red Protoss, against Prada, the green Zerg, to the north-hand side of Belashir Vestige. And who should I bet on? Why can't I bet? I should have money. Oh, right, I have to select a player. You know what? He did really well, but it's an even. It said it was even, so I'm gonna go with the Zerg because I like Zerg, and we'll see what he does. I'm willing to bet that. Well, we'll see. We'll see how this game goes. We'll see if this gets blocked off, as most Protoss tend to do. Looks. I wonder if we're gonna get an extractor trick. No, he's got his Overlord almost done to fix his supply. And why did my Blizzard UI go away? I want to keep my resources, keep the production, and let's take a look at to see what's going on in this particular game. He's got his overlord sent down to scout out the base of Mr. Slayer here, and we'll see how that goes. So the last game was kind of interesting. We didn't really have all that much of aggression, but I mean, that's the nice thing about these OBS games is you don't know what you're going to get in them. I pretty much just pick one and sort of start talking and casting it. So I managed to get into this one. This one seems to be a little better than some of the other ones that we've seen recently. I mean, for instance, we actually have a second game, unlike the previous one from yesterday. So looks like we've got this drone. He's set and ready to go. Of course, this probe is going to be a nosy little probe, and is he going to check it first? No, it's not. Doesn't look like he's going to. So he is going to get the early hatch down, which is useful. But he did go pool before hatch, so that's actually quite interesting. Oh, looks like this probe is going to try to pick away at some of these drones here. Being a nosy little bug, aren't you? And Broader leaves the game. Lovely. Don't know why. Kinda weird. Let's see if anyone sort of takes a step up and sees what's going to happen. How many people are still here? We've got 5 people still here. Well, 4, with the exception of me. What's going on now? It looks like opponent is going to go it again. So we'll see what happens this time around. And he just what? Why are people doing that? That's really strange. That's really strange. You know what? I'm gonna play this out, and we'll see how this goes. This is actually going to be probably one of the first times I'm actually trying to cast and play at the same time. So we'll see how this goes. I have no idea. I'm probably going to die quite horribly, but we'll see. It could be fun. So we'll see how this game is going to go on. I cannot type. So I'm going to send this overlord out and maybe check some things here. So we'll see how this goes. So yeah, I cannot type at this. This is going to be quite interesting. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work out. Incredibly nervous. We'll see how this goes. There goes the drone. He's kind of failing. And yeah, this is going to be interesting. We'll see. Just some local things. And yeah, I like trying to talk and play at the same time is actually really hard actually. So we'll see how this goes. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do in this particular matchup. Let's see. Let's try to get away with a quick expand. Could be fun. Yes, got to spam that APM up here with the rally point. I have a double clicking mouse. It's really bad. I gotta get that fixed. That's really terrible, actually. Looks like I am gonna be able to get off a 15 hatch, which is always useful. And let's try this out. and let's go for a 16 gas into pool. Why? Because why the hell not? Could be fun, could be bad, we don't know. Ah, stupid double clicking mouse. Scare this pro away. Let's find this guy here. There you are. Let's make sure you're not going to drop a fancy little proxy pylon, because I've known a lot of Protoss to do that. It's really annoying, but hey, you're just doing what Protoss players do, so I can't really blame you for it. I can just kind of be mad at you, but hey. Let's get my metabolic boost going. And what are you up to? You're getting your warp gate, as usual. Have you gone for a expansion yet? This is why I like the overlords. It kind of tells me what I need to do and what I need to see. Oh, I didn't actually make a queen here. That's problematic. Why are you not making a queen? There we go. Now get back to work. Yeah, you did go for a gate fest. Oh, there is no. That is good. That is good news. Sort of. There's no forge, but I don't really have anything to sort of deal with this yet. But I can leave that there for now. I might actually be able to get a little bit of damage in there before Zealot gets out, maybe. Oh, he's got the mothership core on the way. So, let's see if I can get in there, do a little bit of damage. Ah, he got the sentry out. Yeah, I can take care of this proxy pylon at least. And let's get these queens up here. Deal with it. And let's get back to some of this stuff. Horribly supply blocked at the moment. And we'll see how this sort of goes. Yeah, this is not going very well for me. Yeah, this did not work very well for me. As we can see, panicking and casting at the same time is not exactly all that easy. Really not easy to do this. Incredibly difficult, actually. I'm not sure how people actually do this, but it does work. I just need practice at it, probably. My overlords sort of just sit and say, "Hey, what's up?" If I had a layer, I'd poop on those, but I don't. So yeah, that's. That's the thing. I mean, once I lose that base, I'm pretty much entirely screwed. I don't really have a backup plan. So this game's pretty much over. Because there's no way in hell I can actually kill him now. Especially since I'm like supply capped into the ground. Because, you know, I have no freaking overlords anymore. Which is problematic. But hey, it was fun. Nice try. Dude, like why? Just attack me. You have a massively superior army at this point. Just attack. I'm not gonna GG just because, hey, why the hell not? It seems like fun. And there we go. Let's get another overlord. Because let's get me some more roaches. Always fun. He's checking out to make sure I don't have a third base somewhere. Which is fair. But yeah, you've got a massively superior army than me at this point. And you've got, oh man, oh jeez, and you've even got Void Rays, wow. I'm gonna try to put up a best defense I can possibly do. So, let's just see what I managed. What, I made 2 of these? That was a waste. That was a complete and utter waste, actually. Yes. Come on, like, seriously, you've got a massively superior army at this point. Ah. I really wish I was doing this live and you can hear me telling him just to bloody attack me. But no, I'm just doing this as a recording right now, because I haven't set up a Twitch TV account yet. So, that tells me, you know, I should bloody get on that. Just so I can tell him to bloody attack me! You've got a vastly superior army at this point. Ugh. Ah, well, it's all in good fun. So we'll see how this goes. I'm pretty sure we already know the answer to this. So yeah, we'll see. This could be fun. We already know that this is gonna end absolutely horribly for me because I just completely got rocked because I'm just too busy trying to do 2 things at once. And there's my stupid double clicking mouse again. Ah. I don't know why my Razer Naga does that. It just it double clicks sometimes, and I don't know why. So let's just try to get this going, and let's make as much static defense as I possibly can. Because why the hell not? Let's try to kill some of those Void Rays. Since I already know I've already lost at this point, I'm just doing this for sheer laughs. So let's make bunch of static D. Could be awesome. Could be absolutely useless. Go my static tower defense. Yes, let's play tower defense right now. No, can't, damn it. Come on, more towers, that's what we need. More towers. Kill the Stalker. Can I kill the Colossus? Come on. Ah, you didn't get me. Retreat! Into the towers, damn you! I at least killed the Void Rays. I can live calmly with that. Go my drones! Attack! Attack drones! Why not? Should be fun. Let's make some Zerglings, because now I have no money. Anyways, that was pretty fun. So I shall surrender now, just cause I can. And we'll see how this goes. Yes. That was rather entertaining, since I normally don't do that. Yes, I don't normally cast and play at the same time. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we'll see what happens. And let's just do a little bit of self-promotion. Because I'll upload it tomorrow because I need to do a little bit of video editing and do some other things. So, once again, good luck out there. My name is Stark, and I shall see you next time.